Welcome to Sci-Fi Stories. If you love stories of courage and mystery, make sure to subscribe and join our growing community.
The desert winds of Arathel carried the sound of singing metal. It was not music, it was war. Above the crimson dunes, shattered hulls burned in the upper atmosphere, falling like dying constellations. Inside the citadel of House Vaelor, High Commander Razek stood over a transparent medical cradle, his 4 golden eyes dimmed with something his species did not often display: fear. Within the cradle lay his heir. Prince Kaler's chitinous armor, once polished like obsidian glass, was cracked and dull. Veins of sickly violet pulsed beneath his exoskeleton. His mandibles twitched in unconscious spasms. "The parasite spreads through his neural lattice," said archbiologist Thurin, her voice clicking softly. "It adapts faster than our nanites can purge it." Razek's claws flexed. The Vaelor Dominion had subjugated 21 civilizations. Their biotechnology rewrote DNA like poetry. Their war fleets bent gravity into weapons, yet something microscopic had slipped through all of it. "What is it?" Razek demanded. "A simple organism," Thurin replied bitterly. "Carbon-based." "Shockingly primitive." Primitive, the word tasted like ash. "How does something primitive defeat us?" Thurin hesitated. "There is a rumor on the outer trade ring." "A human biochemist." The chamber went silent. Humans, short-lived, soft-skinned, barely armored, a species that had joined the Galactic Assembly only decades ago. They were known more for diplomacy and cargo shipping than scientific dominance. Razek's crest flared in irritation. "We command living warships," he said. "And you suggest I summon a mammal?" "I suggest," Thurin replied carefully, "that mammals have spent their entire evolutionary history being hunted by smaller things." That night, a human shuttle descended through Arathel's burning sky. Dr. Mira Halden stepped onto the Citadel platform carrying 2 cases and an expression that blended caution with professional curiosity. Razek towered above her, nearly 9 feet of armored alien regality. "You will save my son," he said. Mira adjusted her glasses. "I'll try," she answered. "But I need data, not intimidation." The medical chamber shimmered with holographic projections of Kaler's failing systems. Mira studied the readings, lips tightening. "Interesting," she murmured. "You find this amusing?" Thurin asked sharply. "No, I find it familiar." She opened her case and removed something that looked embarrassingly low-tech beside Vaelor biotech: glass vials. "Metal instruments, cultured samples. You wage war with engineered plagues," Mira said calmly, "but you've never lived in mud." Razek blinked. "Explain." "On Earth, parasites like this aren't exotic, they're Tuesday." She leaned closer to the prince, scanning. "The organism was aggressive, yes. But its structure, it's not sophisticated," she whispered. "It's just adaptable." "Adaptable defeats superior design," Thurin said coldly. Mira smiled faintly. "Welcome to Earth's entire evolutionary history." She began preparing a compound. Not nanites, not quantum phages. A biochemical cocktail derived from bacteriophage therapy. "Viruses engineered to hunt bacteria." Thurin recoiled. "You fight infection with infection. Sometimes the best predator is a smaller predator." Razek watched every movement. "This treatment," he said, "is ancient. Conceptually, 200 years old, refined constantly. We used to die from things like this. Millions of us. We didn't outmuscle disease. We outlasted it." She injected the first dose. The chamber lights dimmed as Vaelor scanners recalibrated. For hours, nothing changed. Razek did not move. Mira monitored cellular graphs rising and falling like fragile tides. Then, a fluctuation. The parasite colonies began collapsing in clusters. Thurin stepped closer, disbelief rippling through her posture. "It is targeting only the invader." "Bacteriophages," Mira said softly. "They evolve too. Faster than most pathogens." Kaler's convulsion slowed. His neural lattice stabilized. Razek leaned forward, massive hand hovering inches above his son. "You wage microscopic war," he said quietly. "We had to," Mira replied. "We were never the apex predator, not really, not against the invisible." Hours later, Kaler's eyes opened, clear, focused. "Father," the word trembled through the chamber. Razek lowered himself, something sacred in the gesture. "My son." The parasite was gone by morning, purged not by superior technology, but by ancient persistence. Thurin approached Mira as she packed her equipment. "You built weapons from your own weaknesses," the archbiologist said. Mira closed her case. "No," she corrected gently. "We built resilience. Weak species don't get the luxury of arrogance." Razek turned to face the human. In Vaelor culture, kneeling was forbidden to commanders. He did it anyway. "You have altered the Dominion," he said. "From this cycle forward, humanity will not be classified as minor." Mira blinked. "That's nice. You have shown us something we overlooked," Razek continued. "Dominance is not immunity. Strength is not invincibility." She slung her case over her shoulder. "Trust me." Humans learned that lesson the hard way. As her shuttle lifted from Araxthal, the crimson dunes glowed beneath dawn light. In the Citadel, Vaelor scholars rewrote doctrine. For the first time, the Dominion began studying human medical archives, not out of curiosity, but out of respect. Because in a galaxy obsessed with power, one soft-skinned species had mastered survival. And survival, as it turns out, wins wars no one else can see.